Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Monday, November 2nd, 2015. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches on a Monday morning. Absolutely gorgeous today. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, if you would, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, great to be with you on a brand new week and a brand new month as we move along in our trading. A lot to talk about today. Got some, what do we got? 6 charts to look at, some trade plans. We'll talk about a little bit of news and data coming out, and let's get a move on. Before we do anything, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series that we do every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do this during the Asia session. So when you open your charts, they might be different than my charts because I do mine quite early in the morning, pretty close to the beginning of the Asia session. Traders, I started trading in 2006, 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, I'm in my 8th year and I'm still here. Trading in Asia, living in Asia is absolutely wonderful, and I'm enjoying my second career in my retirement as I trade Forex every single day. I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to have a W on the side of the sheet, and that's the win column. Do I win every trade? Absolutely not. If anybody ever tells you that, just ignore them and walk away. Or if you're on your computer, just click next. Yes, traders, I use fundamentals. However, I'm a technician, so I use charts, and I'm looking at support and resistance, pivot points, and I love the Fibonacci tool. I think it's a great tool. Why do I like it? Because everybody uses it, so they're looking at the same thing I'm doing. We don't want to be different than everybody else. We want to do what they're doing, right? We want to follow the stream. We want to stay with the trend, right? So that's just a little bit about me. Let's get over to legal stuff. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's get over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. We did have building approvals come out of the Aussie earlier today. They were good numbers, however, no movement in the markets, no price action at all. I was in front of my charts, and I was watching for that data, and nothing had happened. However, we do have, in Asia today, we have manufacturing PMI out of China, so I need to keep an eye on that. Moving down into, if I can get my thing here to move, let's look at the European session. We have GDP manufacturing PMI. In the US section, we have ISM manufacturing PMI. So it looks like it's PMI pretty much across the board, even your lower and medium impact all PMI numbers. So we do have quite a bit of data coming out. And if you look at, you've got FOMC member Williams speaking at, that would be noon Eastern Standard Time. And welcome to the time change, my friends out of the US and Canada, as you are now moved your times. So we're all together. All right, let's take a look at the indices. Let's see how the markets closed on Friday. I saw a lot of red when I was doing my Friday wrap-up series. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.52%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.48%. The NASDAQ was down negative 0.40%. And the small cap 2000 was also in the red at negative 0.34%. Heading on over to the Eurozone, the DAX out of Frankfurt was up positive 0.48%, even though the FTSE 100 out of London was negative 0.54%. And the CAC 40 out of Paris was positive 0.24%, and the Eurostock 50 was positive 0.14%. Traders, let's take a look at Asia. Remember that these countries are currently trading as their markets are open. The Nikkei 225 is negative 1.60% as we start our trading day in Asia. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is also negative 1.19%. The China A50 is negative 0.60%, and the Hang Seng is negative 0.90%, and the only one in the green is the Kospi out of Seoul, and that is trading barely in the green at 0.06%. So that gives you what the indices are doing from Friday and what is opened at the moment. Commentary today, it looks like most of the currency pairs have either followed the trend. We saw some, looks like correction on Friday, which is not a surprise due to end of month and all that good stuff. So people were position squaring and getting out of their positions. So I wasn't surprised to see a couple of our currency pairs that are normally bearish show some bullish action. However, we're just going to continue with the trend and look for, most of these are pretty much sell trades. I don't think I have one buy trade out of the 6 currency pairs that we look at. So I think we have a good trading week ahead. I don't think we have any holidays this week. I think we're pretty much full steam ahead. You know, we have about 6 weeks, 7 weeks to go before we end up into our Christmas to New Year's break, where volume gets pretty low. But you know what? We're going to keep on trading. So that's the object. The holidays come on a weekend this year. They actually come on a Friday. So we will only have a couple of days, actually 4 trading days, actually 2 where the markets will actually be closed, and the other one will be half days in the New York session, meaning Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. All right, let's get a move on. We've got a lot to do. Let's get over. This is the euro dollar. Remember, these are 30-minute charts, so each candlestick is showing you 30 minutes in duration. So you're saying to yourself, wow, look at this. Yeah, we got a lot of resistance, a lot of support to get through. So we want to break this daily pivot point, this 200 exponential moving average, and then we want to sell this, right? I only want to sell this. I really don't want to. I don't want to buy it. Now, what's the worst that's going to happen? This is going to bounce off this daily pivot point and go back all the way up to that all-one pivot, and that's fine. I'll sell it from there. I don't have a problem with that. But the trade plan is this is to break the daily pivot point in the 200, and we'll enter at 1.1001. And we're looking to take profit at 1.0954, and that is the S1 pivot. If you look left of the chart, you can see we've had a lot of price action in that area. So, you know, if we can get past this support and a retest, I think we can really have a nice trade on our hands with the euro dollar. Remember always to have a dollar index chart up and watching it, as it will help you so much. All right, let's take a look at the pound. This is the pound dollar. This is one that definitely had a move to the upside. You know, I think, like I said, I think it was a correction situation. So this is a trend line trade here, folks. We want this to break this trend line, retest it, give us a bearish candlestick, and we will enter it at 1.5426, and we'll take it down. I'm not worried about the daily pivot point. There's no price action left in the chart. It's a wide open space to take this all the way down to our take profit, which is the S1 pivot, and also our support zone from the EA, which is that yellow line. So we want to take profit about 1.5333. I'd probably get out about 42 or 43, probably 10 pips above that. As you know, there's probably many orders there. So, you know, it's all about what's going to happen. We do have data today, so we got stuff to move the markets around, and we'll see how that works. But staying with the trend, and the trend on the longer time frames, the higher time frames, is bearish. We are bearish, okay? All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie is in a very particular spot right at the moment. We have 2 entries here, and what we have here is I want to see this pull back up to the daily pivot point, and I'd like to enter at 1.5455. But what is the problem? I put a star next to it, and that is the 200 exponential moving average. And if you take a look at that and you look left of the chart, there's price action there. So I'd rather take the trade at the daily pivot. Otherwise, you have to wait for this to break the 200 and take your trade from there after a retest, and then take it to the downside. And then your whole trade plan is going to change, because you're not going to want to get out at 53, 52. You're going to really want to get out at that daily S1 pivot, right? And that's at 52.85. So, you know, that's a totally different trade plan. But the trade plan I'm looking for is a pullback to this daily pivot, and then we'll take it down. We have no more data. It looks like that little gap is filled. So we're fine with that. Hopefully this will pull back now in the inactive zone and we can get a move on. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Here's the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar's at a prime spot to take. We just need some price action. I want to see a nice bearish candlestick formation close below that yellow line, that EA resistance line. As long as we stay below the 200 exponential moving average, I think we're fine. Traders, if you're aggressive, you can enter this now. Put your stop about 20 pips above that that 200 exponential moving average, right? If it gets above that 20 pips, alrighty, then we know that we're wrong, right? And we're not going to wait for 20 pips. If I get two candles that are above that 200 exponential moving average, I'm getting out, right? I'd rather take a 12 pip hit than a 40 or 25 pip hit. So, it's all about money management. What's the main thing in trading Forex is capital preservation. So we'll look for this to take this to the downside at 0.7129 with a bearish candle, and let's go, and we'll take this all the way down to support at 0.7082. So this is a nice 50 pip trade if we can get into it. So like I said, you can get into it now. You're just gonna have to give it some wiggle room and give your stop some play area, as we would call it, an intelligent stop. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen, one of my favorites, and is in a beautiful place to take this trade. And I am thinking about jumping in here. This is really at some really good price action right here. We're below the 200 exponential moving average. We're below the daily pivot point. Let's get in this at 132.69. We'll get out at 132.21. Again, a nice 50 pip trade, and this just looks really, really nice. The question is, do I want to get in it now in an inactive zone? And we've got, with the time change now, we've got 6 hours until the markets open in London. So that's 12 candlesticks before we're going to see the London open. So I'm probably going to wait a little while before I get in this and make sure nothing changes. With the time change, my session and when I record this won't change because I'm in Asia. We don't get affected by the time change. Everything in Thailand is GMT time. Everything is used GMT time. So, and that doesn't change. So we're where we're at, and it is what it is. I just have to get used to that. London used to open at 2 p.m. and now it opens at 3 p.m. due to the time change. So that's what's going on there. All right. Let's get a move on here, and let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. The issue with the New Zealand dollar here is this is in a tight range now. I know you're saying, well, it's really not. It's moving, it's up, down, all around. It's closed the gap. However, this pair is bearish, folks. This pair is bearish. If you look on a larger time frame, hourly, 4-hour, daily, it's bearish. However, if you look at support and resistance areas, we're right in the middle of a bunch of junk, and we need to clear this junk. So the challenge is we're going to get in this at a break of this trend line and a retest at 0.6767. However, we got a daily pivot point and we got a 200 exponential moving average. So we've got to break through these areas, and the issue is, if you look left of the chart, we have a lot of price action there that can cause a problem. So I'm not really fond of this trade plan, to be honest with you. I did it. It might not be a bad idea to wait till it gets up to 67.95, right? But I don't know if it's going to get back up there. So I have to trade what's in front of me. The other option is wait till it clears at 200 and then, probably below the S1, take it from there and sell it after that down move at that point, once it breaks that 200 exponential moving average. So we have a lot of opportunities here, but we're going for the gusto as far as profit goes. We want to get down to that S2 reversal pivot at 0.6649. We can make some really nice pips on this. It's an 80 pip trade if it works out, right? We just got some really areas to get through, and what we're hoping is we get some really good dollar strength during the London session, and we can break through this. Again, traders, always remember to have a dollar index chart available. You can get them free online all over the place. Free charting, okay? All right. Okay, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilden, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining us on a Monday, November 2nd. new trading week and a new trading month. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll catch you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.